Manchester United defeat West Ham by 1-0. It was a Dawson own goal 8 minutes into the second half that proved to be the difference between the two sides. Nedum, not the prettiest of games, but United won't care.
No, they won't care at all, no. But to be honest, the way that West Ham United play, they do like to drop off and just encourage the other team on them, and then they can maybe hit them on the counter-attack. But unfortunately, the tactics had to go out the window as soon as they went 1-0 down. And I think West Ham were better from this point. But before that, they did make for a very, very tough game. But, credit to United, they're finding ways to win games. And for as much as it wasn't the best one in the world, United have got a good feeling around them overall. And obviously, it seems like the title race is essentially done. But just finding ways to win games against tough sides like this and tough opposition who will drop off, I think that's ultimately going to be a positive for them going forward between now and the end of the season.
Frank, what did you make of this game?
I didn't find him boring. I find it interesting tactically, where I was wondering where Moises wanted to go with its tactic, waiting, being solid, of course, but not trying most of the things offensively with his team and the quality of his players. And when he was 1-0 down, then it changed and they went forward and they were quite dangerous. And I wonder why he didn't try that from the beginning. Maybe because he thought that Manchester United was a very good team in counter-attack. But I think he can have some frustration and regrets today after the game, because I think they didn't try enough. On the Manchester United side, they did what they had to do. They're very solid. They're opportunist. They get a goal. They close the door and they get the 3 points and they go ahead. So nothing much to say. I think Rashford is tired. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to protect him, I think, until the rest of the season, not only for Manchester United, but for the national team. And I'm still very fond of Luke Shaw and McTominay. I think they are two players very, very underrated right now, because they are absolutely fantastic players.
Nedum?
I was going to say one thing as well that I think I picked up from the game is, for as much as West Ham went for it more after they went 1-0 down, the thing that was really missing for them today was Jesse Lingard. And you can see how important he is to that side, because when he does play, yes, they can soak up a bit of pressure, but they're more dynamic on the break. Whereas today, I think they went with Mark Noble, who's a great servant for that club. But when he plays on the field compared to Lingard, it's a completely different team for West Ham. And I think if he would have been able to play today due to better rules or whatever, then I think West Ham United would have had more of a threat. But ultimately, as we've seen in recent weeks, all avenues run through him if the team want to try and score goals. And when he's not there, they come up short most of the time.
What did you write down there, Shaka? What's on your notes?
Oh, Lingard was missing.
Good.
I just felt that was huge for West Ham.
Couldn't play against his parent club.
Against his parent club. And you understand what Moyes was trying to do, sit back, soak up pressure, hope you can get Michael Antonio up against the two Manchester United centre-halves. But you just didn't have that link in between that defensive wall and Michael Antonio up front. And despite the 1-0 result, I don't think you can argue too much. I thought United were the better of the two teams, squandered many of their chances, but the better team won, and so you can't argue with that.
Premier League action continues on Monday. Wolves taking on Liverpool. 4-1 for a Wolves win, which is pretty tasty, doesn't it, considering Liverpool's form of late. Liverpool going to the tie and Molineux as favourites, 7-5 on a draw, 11-4.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.